Okay. Apparently we have the stinger didn't work. Great. Don't you just love live podcasts? Back at it for the part two special of the WrestleMania special, the SLS podcast. Legion, how you going?
Oh, I'm good. I'm good. How are
I,
you?
I just can't believe that. I don't know if you just saw that then. That just, the music cut out and that, so I have to work on that. So, live podcasting, am I right?
Like I said yesterday, it's like anything can happen while you're live, and
Mm,
everything does happen when you're live.
yeah. Well, they also say don't work with children or animal, but, you've so far been a good animal, so, with your, avatar and that. So yeah, and
Yeah.
I have a rundown. Unlike yesterday when I didn't have a rundown, I've actually prepared this time as well. So professionalism and that it's always good, isn't it?
Yeah.
So while we didn't talk about it much yesterday because I was saving it for today. It's not really what are you liking at the minute. It's more of a favorite WrestleMania moment, and I'll let you go first. It could be a match, could be a moment, could be something that happened on that. But what's your favorite WrestleMania moment from nearly 40 years of WrestleManias? Like,
It
just
was actually
yeah,
in deep thought on this one because I'm gonna be a little real. It's like I didn't have much thought, but I've been thinking about this one for like a long time.
yeah.
But I might get a little heat because of the choice I make.
Oh,
I
good.
don't know if I want to say it or not.
Uh,
That's the problem.
just say it.
It's because it's because a certain person has been blacklisted from wrestling in general
Okay.
or
Yep.
WWE,
Mhm.
and it's the from WrestleMania 23, for the U.S. title match.
Oh, okay. Rightio. I
If
mean,
if
yeah,
if you if you
yeah,
if you know what I'm talking about,
yeah,
I'll say it had MVP in it. I'll say that much.
yeah. Okay. That's Okay, I'm pretty surprised by that. Is what just the match itself? Like I don't remember it being.
The match itself, I love because that's when MVP was like getting into the higher I wouldn't say getting closer to the main event scene. He was actually getting better and better and better in the ring.
Hmm.
Like within that first year, he was like went from very minor to major leagues
Yeah,
against at the time one of the best.
he always, for me, MVP always had the presentation of being a big time person. Like he's also got I forget the name of. He's got, is it White Wolf syndrome or something like that, where he can't wrestle too long, and that I probably butchered
Yeah,
the name and all
I
that stuff.
he has something like I can't remember the actual name.
Has
That
something
sounds
that limits his like wrestling and that, but he, like I've always enjoyed him. I much prefer him as a heel character than a face, like with most of the wrestlers in that. But he did play a okay face in that. But yeah, I actually would probably need to go back and watch that match and that. I can't really remember the match. I was a
yeah,
huge
because
the guy in there as well. I was a huge fan of his until obviously the crap happened and that, and so blacklisted. But yeah,
that was actually my first WrestleMania that I watched in I don't know how long. And that's the one that really caught my eye.
okay,
You would because honestly, like I'm a huge Undertaker fan, like anybody else.
yeah,
Like you would think I would choose in any of the Undertaker matches or Shawn Michaels
yeah, yeah,
matches,
yeah.
but that one, but this one is actually what caught my eye because yeah, wait, am I thinking?
Yeah.
No, there it goes. Ah, there we go. But
Well,
yeah,
what was going on then? What happened then?
yeah, on my screen froze.
Oh,
Sorry.
okay, that's all good. Okay,
But
yeah,
again, what happens live?
yep.
Um,
Hmm.
I really want to say his name, but at the same time, I don't want to cause hate.
I mean, like I've seen a few. Like I forget who I was watching yesterday, and sorry, it was a CM Punk interview. I was watching that, and he mentioned the name as well. We won't mention the name, and they're talking about how, like, compared to the stuff that happened with Vince last year and all that stuff. Like he told actually a good story about him and person I really don't want to mention, and that like seeing his son getting his hands taped like with the X on that and stuff. So it's really interesting choice in that. But yeah, you know, for me, it's a two-parter. I think I've told you my favorite WrestleMania match of all time is Bret Hart versus Steve Austin, and that when the match was just like, number one was a submission match, which is, like, I know they probably would have disliked it, how they're going to keep the crowd entertained for all the match and that, but just to see the double term and also the debut of Ken Shamrock as well, like he's a secret favorite of mine, and then, well, it's not secret, but just always enjoyed his work. But yeah, and then it flowed from WrestleMania 13 to WrestleMania 14, just Steve Austin's entrance, where you just see him come around the corner of this long hallway, walks up, sees himself on the camera, and then his music hits and he walks out, and just everyone's going off their rocker and that, and he's just like looking at the crowd and that. And I think he's probably, not that he would actually ever have a tear in his eye as well, but just those two moments to me stand out as well. And the double turn from Bret Hart and Steve Austin as well at 13. Like it's I don't think it's been rarely done like that as well. I think it's only been like done 2 or 3 times, but that was perfection as well. And I know Steve gets a lot of credit, but Bret needs a lot of credit as well for putting Steve over and making him the guy he was, and that, like, that's just like Bret. Yeah,
Let's not consider Steve Austin's big break, like his biggest break right there.
I mean,
I can't remember.
They had a match at Survivor Series the year before, and it was like Austin, like Bret Hart's probably in the league of like Ric Flair, could wrestle a broom and get the broom over basically, and that Bret saw something with Steve, and like he was obviously, and even he did a couple of promos when he spent the little time in ECW. Like his promo side was just amazing in that, and even before he got the neck injury at SummerSlam, he was just a fantastic in-ring wrestler, and that changed when he won the title. Changed after he came back and won the title and became a bit of a brawler, but just as we know, Steve Austin's my favourite of all time. I know it's a shocking choice and that, but just those two moments for... Steve didn't win the match as well at 13, but he came out the big winner of that. So for Bret to do something like that, and for a match to do like Bret won, but still Steve came out the big winner of the match, is just something that always I remember. And that's that's
I don't think that's like I said, that was the perfect double turn.
Yeah,
That was the perfect double turn.
yeah.
I think they tried to replicate that over the years, but never to that. They could never get that effect.
Yeah,
they've tried, but it's hard.
I can't think of two. The only other, I know there's been about 3 or 4. The only other one I remember was Lashley and Kevin Owens when Lashley had Leo Rush as a manager. I think it was in 2018. I might be wrong on the year. I might have to go back and have a look. But Owens was going off for an injury and that, and like he was like the Lashley face character no one liked, and everyone liked Kevin Owens, and just it was a Monday Night Raw, but they started cheering Kevin and booing Lashley, and I think that's the last good time it was actually done. I could be wrong in that, but yeah, I'll have to have a look at all the double turns as well. So
I know they did a forced one with the whole Becky Lynch and Charlotte.
Oh yeah, I don't really,
that was bad.
I don't really count that as well. That was trying to force that, like, yeah. Anyway, that's my favorite WrestleMania moment as well. Just Steve Austin and Bret Hart, and then the WrestleMania 14 as well, when wrestling started to get real, like when the WWE started getting really hot in the late 90s, and that's so yeah. Before we go into the show as well, you want to touch on the Hall of Fame? Yeah, I'm gonna lead you into it. So let's go over the Hall of Fame. We'll just go the celebrity inductee is I'm obviously Muhammad Ali, and that big in the boxing world, looking right here, 3-time world heavyweight boxing champion. I didn't realize he was Olympic gold medalist as well. So yeah, I didn't realize that as well. Competed in War of the Worlds against Tony Anoka. Oh, I'm butchering the name. In a match WWE as MMA's first big fight as well, and then of course he was a guest referee at the first WrestleMania, in the tag team match with Hogan and Mr. T against Piper and Paul Orndorff as well, and he was the guest of honor at Collision in Korea. If you have not seen the Dark Side of the Ring episode of the Collision in Korea, go watch it. It is fascinating and frightening at the same time, what the guys in WCW had to put up with over in that, and I'll never go to the career. But then we've also got the US Express. See, for me, the US Express is Barry Windham and Mike Rotunda. Barry Windham was more of a WCW wrestler for me, and that like he was in the WWE a couple of times, and they actually won the tag team titles twice. The US Express and Mike Rotunda. First time I got a glimpse of him was when he was the Erwin R. Shyster character as well. I didn't realize he was actually a really good face as well. So, but they won titles and 3-time NWA World Television title for Mike Rotunda as well, and I'm pretty sure they won the tag team titles in NWA. Yeah, go on.
I with the US Express on the mind. This one popped in my head when they first announced their inductee. I just have questions about this one because we all know who Mike Rotunda is.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
Everybody knows who he is.
Yep.
Did he name Bray after Barry in a sense? Because his first name was Wyndham.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
That's why I asked the question.
Yeah.
I asked the question I've been asking it since then, and nobody's been able to give me a response.
He might have. I don't know. Like it's probably need to hear it from the horse's mouth. So speaking in Mike Rotunda. And then we've also got Leah Maivita, of course, the grandmother of The Rock as well. Like one of my favorite things I used to watch was the Young Rock when it was on TV and that, or streaming it, whatever. And that I'm showing my age here as well. But like learning about her running a wrestling promotion as well, like in Hawaii in the mid '80s, and that. So it's just really interesting to see that as well. So I'm glad The Rock will introduce her. Of course, Thunderbolt Patterson. I did not know too much about Thunderbolt. Says here a fixture in various NWA territories in the 60s through to the 80s, and that recognized having won championships across North America and that. So, unfortunately, I don't know too much about him, but I'll have to read up more about him. But that's really good as well. Bull Nakano. I remember in '94 wrestling Alundra Braze, and that's who's introducing Bull Nakano as well. Alundra Braze. They had a really good match, especially in the '90s when women's wrestling was not on WWE's, not at the top of their thing, but they did put on a really good match, and I was glad that she actually got in. And I'll leave you to talk about the last one because I think I've already said I think he's probably, I know he's in the top 5 of managers of all time. I probably rank Bobby Heenan ahead of him, and then I'll need to go through the others and that. But Paul Heyman as well, very deserved to be in the Hall of Fame, personally, and in Philadelphia as well. So the crowd is going to be loving it, and I can actually watch it as well. Today, I can actually watch it, so I'm really happy to get him inducted as well. Yeah.
Yeah, Paul is like far too. He should have been in a long time ago, in my personal opinion. He's like, but honestly, they waited till the perfect time to, like you said, induct him. Is because it's in Philadelphia, home of ECW.
Yeah.
Where he flourished, where he ran it.
Yeah. It's a good headline. I know people probably will wonder, well, why wasn't Bray entered? Why didn't they get Bray? It's a bit of a tough situation as well. I know when my mind goes back to when Eddie Guerrero passed away, and then they inducted him straight away into Hall of Fame. And was that too soon? Who knows? And that's so.
In my opinion, not really, because he's had a really good. He had a long good career before that, and he made his, especially back in WCW.
Yeah, with the cruiserweights and all that stuff, even in ECW as well. So. It's I know people are saying get Bray. I'm pretty sure Bray will get in, just the mind of Bray Wyatt is just fascinating, and that so I haven't. Have you seen the documentary of the Bray Wyatt yet?
I have yet to watch it. I've been meaning to.
Yeah, I'm gonna go. Apparently, it's really really good as well. So I'm gonna go watch it as well. So. Now,
I've actually been watching these little snippets his brother's been doing on YouTube.
Yeah,
pretty much to revive the character.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. The Fiend character, just Bray Wyatt, or is it the Fiend? I forget which.
No, it's Bo Dallas doing his own iteration of. You know how they always did these vignettes?
Yeah.
Bray Wyatt always did. Bo Dallas is doing his own version of those vignettes. They're really good.
I'm really
I
surprised.
have to.
I'm really surprised Bo hasn't appeared on. I know he was the Uncle Howdy and that, but like hasn't appeared since. And that's so.
I heard they're talking about reviving the Uncle Howdy character and for in the memory of Bray Wyatt.
It's personally, I would prefer to see. I know everyone's going to cheer him because he's like they'll give him a standing ovation now, due to the fact that he's the brother of Bray, and that it's a hard situation. I personally wouldn't want to see it come back. I'd just like to see him come back as Bo Dallas, personally, but who knows? And that's it's a stacked roster at the minute. I don't know where he would fit in. Like maybe go back to NXT, and he was not the first NXT champion. He was second or third NXT champion. Maybe no third.
Yeah,
Third, I think.
and not really and not many people remember him as an NXT champion. That's the problem.
Yeah, well, he was. I know he's height wise, he's very small and that, but he was actually a really good wrestler as well. So
He was.
yeah.
He was.
So all right. We're getting to, in my opinion. I thought about this. I thought, how are we going to do this as well? Because this is very. This is a topic that people will not be. They'll either love it or hate it. I personally loved it, and that we're going to talk about the Roman Reigns title reign. Good or bad? Would you like to lead us off?
I'd rather take my opinion second on this one.
Okay, all right.
To be honest.
All right, I'll go first. For me personally, they missed an opportunity. I feel like at Clash at the Castle, they could have split it. They could have had Drew McIntyre win and then, have win one of the titles and that, shocked him, do 10 claymores, make Roman seem invincible and that. But I think it's been I've enjoyed, number one, I've enjoyed the Bloodline storyline. I'm trying to think of other storylines that have been that have gone on for this, not only this long, have been this good as well. So I personally love it. And that, has he held on to the title for too long? Maybe, but in this area, I don't think in my lifetime we're ever going to experience a guy holding the title for 2 years. Personally, even I was going to say 1 year, but I feel like we might have 1 to 2 years, but nothing like he's now going on nearly 4 years as the Universal Champion, WWE Champion. I think this is 2 years since he won it. He won it off Lesnar at 38.
Has it been
Yeah.
Has it been 2 years?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it was 38 because they had the both title for title, and that.
Okay.
And that's and then people might go, well, he hasn't wrestled as much as well. Well, it's just the character. He's that good. He doesn't need to wrestle. And I've always had this bugbear about, people will say, oh, well, he hasn't defended the title, once every now and then got like Seth Rollins, who before his injury was defending the title, more than a month, and people having to go at Seth, defending it more than, the title's going to lose credit because he's defending it more times than that. You just can't win in that. So I feel like for this is the character Roman Reigns needed as well. They tried to push him down as the smiling baby face with the sucker and succotash, which I cringe every time. Leave that to the cartoons, guys. Leave that to the cartoons.
We do not speak at that time.
I saw that in real life, and on my face, I just went, "Oh my!" God. They're trying so hard to get him over. They just needed him just to be this. It's an amazing thing, and whether he wins or lose, by the way, people aren't going to be happy with my pick. I've been going over my pick on the main event as well, and that. I think after he loses the title, whenever that is, I think he'll go to a part-time, big main event. I know it's part-time now, but yeah, he'll go even more part-time in that. I think he wants to try Hollywood with The Rock, and that'll be interesting. Now, I'll get your thoughts on it. For me, it's been, I've loved it, and it's elevated Jey Uso. I was going to say, it did elevate Jimmy for a bit, but he's gone back, and The only thing I'd have like is now Solo is basically a secondary character in it. Like Solo in NXT was a killer. Like he was just amazing. And that hopefully he can get back to
Yeah,
this after they break up and he goes his own way. I hope
yeah,
whenever
and
it is. But yeah,
and it, and and actually, there's a lot of people who say this, and I kind of agree with the whole Solo character.
yeah,
His character diminished significantly since last year's WrestleMania
yeah, yeah,
when he faced Cena.
yeah.
Because when's he won a match last?
It was. I think it was. He beat Cena at
That that that, that was it.
Yeah, and I mean, your last thing you're beating a legend like Cena. So, what are your thoughts on the Roman Reigns title reign as well?
I'm a mixed feeling on it. It's like it's been good yet bad at the exact same time for me. I'm gonna start with the good, meaning like got relevance for the Universal title compared to what it's been over the years,
Yeah,
where it's been almost non-existent.
yeah,
Because it's been like the hot potato title, and I'm glad he did that. The brought relevancy with the reign, made people want to shoot for that title over and over and over again.
yep,
Um, the bad part about it is it's just the lack of title defenses he has done over the last 4 years.
yeah, yeah,
It's just that is really bad. Because he kept saying, "Oh, Hulk Hogan's like." They compared to him to Hulk Hogan because of because they barely did title reigns back then too. I'm like, you gotta understand though, as well. If you want to compare those two, Hogan's had more title defense. Like, was it 200 title defenses?
yeah, yeah, yeah.
Compared to Reigns' 56.
But no, the way they should have got around this, like Paul Heyman should have signed a contract. You know, when Roman Reigns, like they should have had something like Roman signing a contract with WWE, saying he'll defend the title whenever he basically feels like it, and that. So it's a way they could have got around it, and that it's it's. I'm sorry to interrupt you as well, but it's like you don't want to defend the title too often, like you know. And I understand the hot potato. We don't want to go back to you. I don't know if you remember WCW in 2000. I know 2000 is a bad year for WCW, but the WCW title that year in 2000 changed hands 25 times. Think about that for a second. And I know back then it was a mess and all that stuff, but 25 times, like in the first 6 months, apparently it was like 20 times it changed. Like, oh yeah, they had some bad luck in that, but like like I just don't want the title changing that too much in that. And as far as title defenses as well, like I feel like he should have been on all the big pay per views. I think he missed like this year's Rumble and that. There were a few other like main pay per views. I'm talking the main pay per views like Royal Rumble, Mania, Survivor Series, and SummerSlam and all that stuff. So, yeah, it's
Yeah, I agree with that. And like he should be like I wouldn't say like you said he shouldn't have to do every pay per view with a title.
yeah, no, that just yeah, yeah, I agree with that.
Yeah, I'm saying like or appear at least appear at every pay per view.
Yeah,
Like in some capacity, whether it be backstage, something to tease the crowd, not just not be there.
yeah, yeah. And
Because right now it just seemed like in the eyes of the fans he's like in a sense like a lazy champion. Yeah, he's the heel, don't get me wrong.
yeah,
This is what they do.
yeah,
But at the same time, it's like 4 years of doing this, like change it up
yeah,
every so often.
yeah,
'Cause
yeah.
Now you're doing the same thing over and over and over again. It just makes it more dull. Don't get me wrong. It's like the storylines are amazing.
Yeah, yeah.
Bloodlust storyline is like probably the hottest storyline the past. I don't know. When's the last time you had a storyline like this?
Well, for me, first thing that comes to my mind is the Nexus storyline. Like that started off really hot, and that was 2010.
And but that fizzled out pretty quick.
Yeah, that fizzled off pretty quick. Yeah. Like the only other
that's a good example.
Yeah, the only other story I can really think being this big was the NWO storyline, but that was in the like early '90s. Sorry, the mid '90s, and that. So, yeah. Like, yeah. people can have their opinions and that. Like we're all never going to agree on how long the title how long the title should have Reign been and all that stuff. But I've just enjoyed. Like when he goes, like it's going to be a massive hole as well, especially as a heel character as well. Hopefully, we can have someone else step up to be just as just as good a heel as Roman Reigns is, and that's so. Yeah. Would you like to do some predictions now, good sir?
I think we can do that.
Righty,
Possibly, maybe.
rightio. I'm still. I don't know.
Oh,
Yeah, go on.
you forgot a segment before we get into predictions. Let's see, you want to do it after the predictions.
I want to do it after predictions. Yeah, I thought that I had it
Okay.
after the predictions. Yeah, so
Yeah, no worries.
yep.
No
Okay,
worries.
all good. Like I said, we're all good here. Yeah. So you sticking with your night one changes? Sticking with your night ones, and that.
I'm gonna stick with my night one. I'm gonna stick with it.
I'm going to give it one more day, but I'm starting to agree with you on the New Catch Republic. I actually think they might win the thing, but I'm just going to hold off. I'll let you know. I'll let you know if I change, and that's so.
Really? Okay.
Yeah, like I just thought about it and I thought you made a good point with them winning, and then over on SmackDown, you got like all the tag teams there. You got like the AOP, Street Profits, Pretty Deadly, Austin Theory, and Grayson Waller. Like there's four teams right there. We could go with
Yeah. The
yeah.
only reason I mainly chose them because out of all of them, there are only two SmackDown teams in that match.
Yeah, but the thing is as well, like then my theory about I think this will be the beginning and the end of Judgment Day, and then I think like we'll see Finn and Priest on SmackDown as the champs, and that like at the minute, but I probably will change. I think we're both agreeing that Awesome Truth are at least winning one title, and that. So anyway, that's thing. Let's go into night two. So yeah, sorry, go on.
No. I'm agreeing with you.
Okay, yeah, right here. So night two. Let's start off with the world heavyweight title match between Seth Rollins and Drew McIntyre. You know what I hope for this match as well? I really hope we see Drew McIntyre come out as DM Punk with the whole CM Punk intro, and that I think I am praying to God it happens because it would be absolutely hilarious, and giving Punk the see, giving Drew could get even more over as a heel, saying, "Here, well, at least you got your music in the main event of WrestleMania." So
It's actually I saw an article, was it yesterday after our show,
yeah,
that it's heavily rumored that he might come out to Broken Dreams.
it might come out. What? Sorry.
To Broken Dreams. His original theme.
Oh, if he was when we're talking about Clash of the Castle again, when he came out, when that started playing, and the crowd just singing along with it, like even now, you probably can't see. I'm getting goosebumps thinking about it. It's probably one of my top 10 themes of all time. It's just an amazing theme. Like it's just, I didn't even know the band as well. So yeah,
It just fit him
yeah,
back, especially back then. It fit him.
yeah,
Yes, his current theme fits him now with
yeah,
his whole persona,
yeah.
but back then that fit him perfectly.
Yeah, yeah. And I will say the Drew McIntyre heel turn has been not only needed, but it's been him as a heel. He is just amazing. Like, hope he goes back to a
He's
face one day. So yeah,
yeah, he's a heel, but he's not a heel.
like he's a heel, but
A tweener.
he's a justified heel. Like he's justified in everything he says, and you can't really boo him
Yeah,
for that, but we
exactly.
have to choose him boo him. For me, this could have gone either way. This is one of the. I've said of all the matches, of all the 13 matches, I think there are two locks, and the rest could go either way. I've got Drew winning, and whether they might do with Priest the Money in the Bank the next night or this night, I don't know, but I could have seen Seth winning due to CM Punk interfering and costing Drew the match, and that, but I think Drew needs this because he didn't have his moment in 2020, of course, with the pandemic and that. So I can see it going either way. But yeah, I got Drew McIntyre. What about you? What are about your thoughts on the match?
This this was actually more cut and dry for me after seeing the layout of night one.
Yep.
Like I said, like you just said, Drew McIntyre. I think this is his night compared to his first time back in 2020, which was in front of nobody.
Yeah.
And I agree with what his statement when he said he carried the WWE on his shoulders during that time.
Mm-hmm.
While there was no fans,
Yep.
he was carrying. It's true, he was carrying the company, and that's who because I see Drew coming out on top in this match.
Okay.
Oh.
Do you? I'll ask you
Like,
quickly. Do you see any Money in the Bank shenanigans this or next night or how long is Priest got on the Money in the Bank? It's like 3 months, isn't it?
too long, too long.
No, but like how
Or
many?
how long he has left?
Yeah, how long has he got left? Yeah.
Yeah, I think 3 months.
Yeah, so he's got to quickly either cash it in.
There's rumors he's gonna cash in on night two, but there's always rumors he's gonna cash in.
Yeah. So we
But I
both.
see this one.
Yeah.
Or and like, to me, actually, I think I just rethought about this. This is not much of cut and dry. Seth might come out on top,
Yeah.
and then Priest cash in.
I think whoever wins, like I think Priest will cash in. Like I think because he did it.
In all fairness, actually, I'd rather have with the whole storyline basis. I'd rather have Drew win with Priest cashing in because they already had a slight feud already going
Yeah.
on.
Yeah. The thing is as well with Priest cashing in. Like I think he's value as a. Would you believe him as a world champion? I think I think he's kind of lost steam personally. That's just me.
He
Like
has.
I
He
think if
has.
they did this, like I don't know how they would have done it. You know, 4 or 5 months ago, and I think best time was when Seth fought Finn Balor at SummerSlam, and that like I think it's when it done. So yeah, I think he needs to cash it in pretty soon as well because yeah, it's damned if you do and damned if you don't. How many points have you got this as well? You said Drew, didn't you?
Yeah.
Yep,
9 points.
9 points. Wow.
Yes.
I've got
I'm confident in this one.
okay, confident. I've got Drew for 3 points as well. So, all right, let's go to the next match on the card, which is Bobby Lashley and the Street Profits versus the Final Testament. Where do I start on Lashley and Karrion Cross?
Your sigh, it was actually me physically.
Yep. I said this to you off stream. I think I said this to you on stream yesterday. I think both Lashley and Karrion Cross would be better in other promotions. Personally,
Mm-hmm.
I the Lashley Street Profits combination, like they start off with heels and then all of a sudden they turn faces, and that. So I will say I have enjoyed Paul Ellering and Authors of Pain coming back. I really think they're a good tag team as well. I know they're not your standard issue, like you won't get good tag team wrestling out of them, but you need different tag teams and that, and I think they fit what they do, and that as a, like, just a, sort of like an old school, like a Legion of Doom style tag team as well, just, you know,
Okay.
hit you hard and all that stuff. My question is, where do Lashley and Profits go after this? Where do Final Testament go after this? Like
That's I know I made this statement in the past, but I'm gonna reiterate it. This feud, I'm not complaining about this feud at all. It's just the fact that, in my opinion, it's too soon because Lashley and the Prophets group is still new.
yeah.
Final Testament, brand new. They should have feuded with other teams first and then collided later on in the year. Like, build themselves up. First.
Even other people, like, you know, a good one for Karrion Cross would have been, I think, Carlito. Personally, like, Carlito's come back basically as I think you said it, as a talent enhancement in that, so it could have been a good little thing for the LWO and them to do, and that. And I know Karrion Cross and Ray did have a bit of a to do
Yeah,
a while ago.
that would have been a perfect start for a feud
Yeah,
because LWO had already solidified themselves within the company.
yeah,
Final Test, like I said, Final Testament just formed.
yeah.
Lashley and the Profits barely formed.
Then this is a Philadelphia street fight as well. So, um, for me, I think this is a lock as well. I think from what I've seen the last few weeks, I think Lashley and the Street Profits will get the win. Personally, what about you? Who do you think will win?
And I actually have to agree with you because, like I said, or not like I said, but for the past was a few weeks or so,
Yeah,
uh, Testament's been getting on top of Profits and Lashley like every week,
yeah,
week after week after week after week,
yeah.
jumping them.
hmm
And I think finally in a match, I think Lashley and Profits will get the win.
How many points have you got them for as well?
6.
6. I've got Lashley's team for 9 points and that. So, but by the way, I think if they're happy with where they are, then good on them. But I think Karrion Kross, like when he was in TNA, he was just amazing, and even in NXT, he was really amazing as well. So hopefully, and it's I understand on SmackDown it's a pretty stacked roster. To like pretty stacked just to get up there as well. So I don't know. Hopefully, we can see good things from these two teams in the future. And that. Let's go on to the next match. We've got AJ Styles versus LA Knight. Before we talk on the match, I still should have think it should have been LA Knight versus Logan Paul for the US title. I think LA Knight has lost a bit of steam to me personally. Like we could have given him the US title and he could have, held that belt for 5-6 months, see how he goes and that. And it was a way of getting Kevin Owens and Randy Orton on as well and that, but I think they've missed a bit of an opportunity with this. But not saying him and AJ are going to put on. I think this will be the match of the weekend. And I know, look at the others as well, like Gunther and Sammy could be as well. But I think if these two really want to, put on a really good match, I think they could have nearly the match of the weekend. And that's so. For
Yeah,
me, yeah.
Because I know they collided like a lot back in TNA, didn't they?
I think AJ was gone when LA Knight was in TNA under Eli Drake, and that I think it was just had left. I think so. I need to check there as well. I don't think they've ever faced each other.
Remember.
So yeah. AJ took the pin at Royal Rumble in the Fatal 4-Way title match, and then cost LA Knight in the Elimination Chamber. It really depends how long they want to go with this feud, like if this is a one-off or if it'll keep going to pay-per-views after this. But this, like I said, all these matches are tough and that, and I think considering he wasn't at Mania last year, I think LA Knight should win and that. It could go either way, but I think LA Knight should get the win and get hopefully the momentum a bit more and that. What about you? What about your thoughts on the match?
I think this is actually I hate to disagree with the whole Logan Paul versus LA Knight. I think that would have been too soon for Knight personally, because they struck a rocket to him and he just went flying, and he needs, in my opinion, like proper feuds built up before getting into more of another title sequence. Like going with AJ Styles is the perfect opportunity for that, because that'll elevate him even higher.
Yeah.
Like you did say that he has lost steam, which is true. He has lost steam.
The crowd reaction,
But with this feud,
the crowd reaction is still there. Sorry to interrupt you. The crowd reaction is still there, but it's not as like
prominent.
Like it wasn't like the night before Money in the Bank. Like you thought it was a second coming of Hulk Hogan, Jesus, all these guys. Like for him to get that reaction, kind of like I compare it to Hogan in the days, The Rock, Steve Austin, Cena, and that. Like it's yeah. I don't know. I think yeah. So continue on with what you were saying. I didn't mean to interrupt. Go on.
You're fine. You're fine. But yeah, like I said, he has lost steam since his match with Roman Reigns.
Yeah.
But with this match with AJ Styles, I think this will reignite it. like tenfold. Because I think in my opinion, AJ Styles is like, in a way, like the modern Bret Hart can
Okay.
make a star out of almost anybody.
Okay. Yep. I can see if Bret Hart was a high flyer, two different completely things. But I get what you. I get the
Yeah,
point you're making as well. So yeah. Yeah.
yeah.
So
So and
yeah.
I see LA Knight coming out on top on this one.
Yep. So we're both going. Wow. Okay. How many points have you got for LA Knight?
3 points.
3 points. I've got LA Knight for 10. So, do you see LA Knight winning a title this year?
Yes, I do.
Do you think it'll be him and
I
Paul
don't,
at SummerSlam?
or whoever holds the U.S. title.
Well, I think I just gave away who I think is going to win the thing and that. Speaking of that, let's just get onto it straight away. The US three-way match. Um, it was. I still think this is a way of getting Orton and Kevin Owens on WrestleMania, which is really sad for both of those guys, because I still think Randy could have taken on maybe Solo, and that would have been a good match for him. And that I know, like, we want to see Solo win a match here and there, and that Solo wasn't on WrestleMania last year, wasn't he?
When did he face Cena?
That was over in Saudi Arabia. That was one of the
That was Saudi.
yeah.
Why did I think it was Mania?
No,
I don't
it
know
was
why.
last year was Cena and Austin Theory. So
You're right. You're right. You're right.
you should never doubt my wrestling knowledge here, good sir. But yeah, it's I don't know. I think like I said, I the continuing the Kevin Owens and Logan Paul feud, which I do like, and then adding Orton as well. For me, I think Kevin Owens and Randy are going to cancel each other out, and Logan Paul's going to come in and get the win. That's how I see this match playing out as well. And it'll be Logan's first singles match win at Mania as well. So, I think that's something they would have done. Because would Logan Paul be the best celebrity wrestler you've ever seen? Like, he's taken to it like he's done it for years and that. Like, I can't think of anyone else that had done it better than him. So,
Uh, Other than him, the only other person I can think of is Bad Bunny.
yeah, Bad Bunny as well. Bad
That's
Bunny is just
that's
like,
about it.
yeah, as well. Who have you got in this match and why?
Uh, I'm I'm gonna like backtrack a little bit because with the whole Randy Orton in this match, because Kevin Owens and Logan Paul have been feuding for quite some time.
Yeah,
Remember back in the last show, last month's with the Elimination Chamber, when I stated my prediction on how Knight and Paul were gonna feud.
yeah.
I kind of got that prediction right,
Mm-hmm.
if you think about it. I just got it with the wrong person.
Yeah,
How he would interfere and cost Knight the match by knocking him out
yeah.
by coming back. He did that with Orton instead,
It
which I'm
was
like,
it was still a shock. Like, I thought, I knew Drew was going to win the Elimination Chamber, but didn't know how. And then just for it was set up as well. Like, from the camera angle as well. Like, it's set up for the Paul punch to Orton and I thought, okay, they're going to go. I thought it was just going to be one-on-one Orton versus Paul at Mania, but then they roped in Kevin as well. So, yeah. So, but continue on. Sorry.
yeah. And with that one line, you saw the side angle with Logan Paul and that referee,
Yeah.
correct?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, like you said, that was perfect. But
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
to go back to the match, I have Logan Paul winning this match
So we're both on
and
Logan Paul as
continuing
well.
his reign.
Yep. Okay.
Yeah,
Uh,
four for four.
we are. How many points have you got for this?
I got 1 point on this.
1 point. Okay.
Yeah.
I've got Logan Paul for 3 as well. So let's
And this one's
go.
on a low end.
Yeah. I mean, we both used most of our points in the first day as well. So apart from
Yeah, we did.
we differ on one and that. So all right, let's get to the WWE Women's Title match as well between Bayley and Io Sky as well. For me, I think Damage Control is going to win one match, not both matches, and that. And I've got night one, Jade's team winning, and that. So I did have EO, but I just think they might end Mania with Bailey winning the title and then Cody winning the title. I don't know it'll actually happen and that, but Bailey's got some backup now with Jade's team taking on the rest of Damage Control and that, so it should be a one-on-one match. I hope Bailey gets a moment, but I wouldn't be against it if they continued on this. How do you think Io's reign as champion has been since she won the title and that? So
I that one's a kind of tough one. Like, as everybody loves having Io as champion,
yeah,
because she's an amazing performer in every sense of the word. But her reign, I'm sorry to say, has been a little lackluster. Like, they could have done a lot better with like everything, but it's just like they haven't been doing that great of a job with her storyline as champion.
yeah, yeah,
In my personal opinion.
yeah. This is one literally before we started this as well. I had a different winner. I'm gonna go with Bailey. I think I'll probably be wrong on this. I don't mind being that, but I think to have Bailey and then Cody win both would be a really good thing. And this is Bailey's WrestleMania moment as well. So yeah, I got Bailey winning.
This is this is her first singles WrestleMania match.
Yeah,
Too.
yeah. So I got Bailey winning. What about you? Who have you got and why?
Uh, I'm gonna just start off who I have winning right now, and I'm gonna agree with you. I do see Bailey coming out on top.
Yep.
I see this being her redemption arc
Yep.
over the past, because since, was it not this past SummerSlam, but the year before, when was it year before when they debuted Damage Control?
Yeah, yeah. It was the
Was it?
22. Yeah, it was 22. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. Since then, it's like she's just been on fire since, as one of the top female heels,
Yeah, yeah.
and making so many enemies over the year and a half, and now this, like the face turn, trying to get allies again. It's like, it's like I say, I see Bailey coming on top, getting pretty much getting her revenge.
Yep. How many points have you got for that?
11 points.
11 points. Wow. God.
Yeah, I'm eating big on this one.
Yeah. I've got a Bailey for 6 points. And then that leads us to the main event.
The moment everybody wanted to hear.
The moment everyone has been wanting to hear. Before I go into this match, let me ask you one question. Was this the original match that they envisioned?
Personally, I think it was. I think it was. They didn't. Like I've said this before. Me and you. I think they just did a big swerve on everybody.
A big red,
making it think
big
that,
red,
oh,
yeah, big red herring with the Rock and that, like when Cody gave up his
yeah,
thing. Yeah, okay.
and making everybody think, oh, I had a say in the match, which is a smart thing to do. Make it pretty much make it like a blanket thinking we had a say on the match.
This has been like since last year. Like it's the thing is, how long can this keep going? Not everyone is going to like what I'm about to say as well, because I was tossing and turning with what happened on Raw on Monday. I did thought, hang on, it might happen now, and that. There's also the rumor as well. They want Roman to keep on as the champion because they want him to break Hogan's record, which would come up around SummerSlam, and that. So I know not everyone is going to like what I'm about to say. Cody will win the title this year, not at WrestleMania. I've got Roman winning. And I know...
Okay.
And on the match as well, I can see this main event being the most over... let me start off with saying, I hope Cody wins. Because, my God, the internet will break down. Like, everyone will be so angry, so pissed. And that ruining the story line as well. I see this main event being the most... I can see about nearly 10 guys interfering in this match in the main event.
Oh yeah.
I see this being the most overbooked. If Cody is to win as well, we both had Rock and Roman winning night one, yes. So it's going to be
Yes.
It's going to be bloodline rules, and that so anything can happen. Won't give away as well, but you can see Solo, Jimmy coming. You can see it's probably maybe Sami Zayn, Kevin Owens, um, forgetting someone, Jey Uso coming out. I don't want to give out the surprises as well because there's been a huge list of surprises as well. But yeah, I can see this being overlooked. I want Cody to win. I will be celebrating as hell. But I think they want. I think like as I was saying yesterday with the pay per view, they want to make SummerSlam something big. I see Cody winning there, if not here as well. So I've got Roman Reigns. What about you?
This one was like probably the toughest decision I have ever made. I've been going back and forth for the past few weeks, going like, nope, Roman's, nope, nope, this is Cody's moment, this is Cody's moment, and after, it's like I've been going off the demeanor for every Roman defense.
Yep.
Of the whole solo matches.
Yep.
It's like every time Solo loses a match before the big title defense, the challenger always loses.
He didn't
always.
He didn't. Did he? It was a no contest, wasn't it, man? Did he lose? I forget the ending of the match.
It was a no contest because somebody interfered.
It was both Roman and The Rock in that.
Oh, it was the Rock. It was the Rock that interfered
Yeah.
first. Yes, and it just went from there.
Yep.
It just spiraled downhill from there. But after it's like I was going back and forth, and then I've been seeing these reports and rumors and seeing what's going on TV. It's like I think I have my decision on who will win this match.
Do we need a drum roll right now? We wish I had it, but now, oh yeah. So who do you think will win?
A certain somebody's gonna hate me so much, or in this case, hate us. I have Roman winning this match.
Oh god. But by the way, I don't know if you like me. I hope I'm so wrong on this, but
I am too.
After last year when I said, "Oh, Cody's winning," and then my reaction when Roman was like, "Just what?" Like, I will really wish I was streaming then as like the match. I'll be streaming both nights as well, WrestleMania reactions as well. But yeah,
the reports I've been reading have been slowly feel like they are true. That's why I'm leaning more towards because from what I've been seeing is that a certain somebody's gonna debut at WrestleMania.
Yeah, let's not give out spoilers.
Cost Cody the title.
Let's not give out spoilers. I've actually saw that as well, and if that happens,
I'm not gonna say who.
Yeah, if that does happen, God, you thought my face when CM Punk returned was shocked. I'll be even more that they've kept it this quiet as well. So, yeah. So how much have you got Roman winning? How many points have you got Roman winning?
I got 12 points on this one.
Well, this is reverse of last year. I think I had Cody nearly like max points, and you had Cody for 1 point, and that's so wow. Okay, damn. So those are our WrestleMania picks. We've gone the same on night 2. We've only had 3 different.
So the only thing that's gonna be a differential one is night 1.
Yep.
For us. Mm-hmm. That'll really determine the winner.
Well, also depending on points as well. Like we might as well. But yeah, so the 3 different we got at the minute is you got Becky, I got Rhea. You've got No Catch Republic, I got Judgment Day, and then you got Dom and Santos, and I've got Ray and Dragon Lee. And that, like I said, I might be changing one thing, but I'll let you know before WrestleMania happens as well. Yeah. So those are our WrestleMania picks. Now, before we go, we got a new little feature as well. It's going to be called Into the Future. The topic of Into the Future today is the future Money in the Bank winner. And that's so. I've asked Legion to pick out 3 female candidates and 3 male candidates as well for both of us. So, Do you want to start, or do you want me to start? We'll go on the females
Go
first.
ahead. Yeah, go ahead and start.
Okay. Well, I'm pretty sure you'd have this person as well because I think she is the biggest lock to win Money in the Bank as well. It's even to the fact where maybe she's that good she doesn't need to win it as well. Tiffany Stratton is one of the people I think should win because I think she'll do amazing with the Money in the Bank. I don't know if you kind of agree. She was the
Yeah.
MVP of the Elimination Chamber in the women's. And the fact that people started booing when she got eliminated, and she's a heel, like that just shows how much of a great wrestler she was. Not only in NXT since she's come to the main roster, she's been amazing. So that's my first pick as I think one of the Money in the Bank winners for the females. Another one I hope she wins the title series. Zoe Stark as well. I know she's in a tag team with Shayna at the minute, but yeah, I think the potential for her is unlimited as well. As a face as well, as a heel, I think she's great as well. And then my third pick as well, I've gone for someone from NXT who I've really... The NXT women's roster is so stacked. Like in 5 years, the women's roster in WWE is going to be amazing in that. I've got Blair Davenport as a surprise, maybe winning. Maybe it's a bit too soon for her. Too early, sorry, to win. But the stuff I've seen her on NXT, she's just amazing heel character, and I think would suit the Money in the Bank as the Money in the Bank women's holder. What about you? Who are you three that you got?
The funny thing is, me and you agree on two of them.
Okay.
And the first one, of course, was Tiffany Stratton because
Yeah.
she's like just amazing on all fronts.
Yep.
Like, when her NXT run, her main roster run is just amazing. I love it. Like she's been well received by the audience and everybody else.
Yep.
And of course, the other one being Blair Davenport.
Oh, okay. I thought you were going to say Zoe Stark. Wow.
No, I'm actually a huge fan of Blair Davenport.
Yeah, yeah. Like
I'm
I've
really
just,
huge fan.
yeah, like it's. I didn't really notice her till she came back with the storyline of attacking all the guys that she attacked. I forget the names. It was Nikita Lyons, Sol Ruski, and I forget the other couple as well. But yeah, she's just plays the heel character amazing, and that. So who's your
Yeah,
third?
and,
I'm
and
curious.
I have a third one. It's also from NXT.
Ooh,
To be honest,
ooh.
and that's Roxanne Perez.
Yeah, I was going to put her in. By the way, her heel turn has been amazing as well. Like, you'll hear me say amazing a lot, but I think it's what her character has needed. And it's been. I started watching NXT again. Like, I've been off it for a couple of weeks, but I started watching it. By the way, we should talk about Stand and Deliver quickly as well. What a stack card for an NXT thing.
I to be honest, I haven't been paying too much attention to NXT lately.
Yeah.
Well, I have my own because of my own personal life. It's hard to pay attention to both.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. But you got your boy.
That's
I'm
right.
going to call him your man, Iliog Dragunov, defending against
Oh,
Tony.
I love Ilya.
Yeah, he's he's starting to grow on me, like I can see it, but he'll be defending the NXT title against Tony D'Angelo, which is a really good thing. And then we got Carmelo Hayes, who probably should have been on the main roster, versus Trick Williams as well. Man, Trick has gotten the LA Knight treatment as well. The crowd love him. I can't wait to see him on the main roster. Those are the two matches and that. So, but anyway, I've gone off record again. So let's get back to.
Oh, you're good. That's actually those are the two matches. Those are the two matches I actually know about.
Yeah, there's a
outside
lot
of anything
there's a
else.
lot more matches as well, but those two right there are just going to. They might even be match of the week. Like, I think Trick and Carmelo might be match of the weekend. Personally, as well.
100%.
Yeah.
100%.
I'm going to go for you for your men's winners as well. So, who are your men's winners for the Money in the Bank?
All right, for the first one, I think we literally just talked about him. Carmelo Hayes
Oh, okay.
being one of the winners.
Yep.
He has impressed me, especially for his main roster matches on SmackDown. He's impressed me. Because I know it's hard for an NXT superstar to transition to the main roster.
That was under the old regime. I
matches.
think the new regime, they're doing it a lot better, personally.
No, I just think because it's a different arena.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
I think it's just different. It's more of a psyche thing,
Yeah.
for at least right now.
Yep.
That this one was really hard for me to choose out of all these great people. Of course, another one would be Ilya. I
Oh,
love Ilya.
okay.
We all know I love
Yeah,
Ilya.
I know. Yeah, I'm
'Cause
starting to question your love for Ilya as well. So,
put a little heart next to me on that
can your
one.
character do the little heart thing, or just waving is all you can do for your character?
I don't. Nope, can't do the heart.
It would have been amazing if
I
you
have
could.
to actually. I have to find a way to input that. Um, but yeah, mm,
I could see a storyline of Ilya winning and then cashing in on Gunther, but like actually having a match, like you know how RVD said, "I'm cashing it in on this day," and that I could see that style of character Ilya and Gunther because I'm with you. I think Ilya Dragunov is the only person that could beat Gunther now, and
yeah.
yeah, so you got Ilya and Carmelo Hayes. Who's your third one?
And this one, I went far left field on it because I have a lot of high hopes for him
Yep.
since his heel turn, and that is everybody's favorite uh tur turncoat Santos Escobar.
Oh, okay. Wow.
I see him doing really well, really well.
I really hope he does well as well. Like when he came up as a, they were a heel first off, and then they did the combination with Ray as the Latino World LWO and that. But I think Santos is a much better heel than a face in that. Like it's
Yes,
yeah. So yeah, well,
because his face turn originally was out of nowhere.
yeah. It was like it was a backstage segment. Him and Ray just shook hands and oh well, the face now and that. So yeah, it's yeah. You know what? We've gone three different people on this. So
Really?
yeah, mine are all main roster guys and that. So like I probably would have gone maybe Carmelo. I would have nearly gone Trick Williams as well. I find it more hard for face Money in the Bank winners to cash in because it seems like my biggest issue is when Big E cashed in on Bobby Lashley a couple of years ago and that like Big E is a face and all that stuff and he was a heel tactic to cash in on Lashley after a match. Yes, it was smart, but it doesn't make sense wrestling wise. I know I'm nitpicking it. I don't know if you agree with that, but that's just my opinion on that as well. And it kind of, I don't know. I just didn't like it that style and that. So yeah. So I'll go on. I don't know. Do you agree with me, or what are your thoughts on that?
Uh, yes and no on that one because it fit Big E's style.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
why I said
Okay.
it's a yes
Yeah.
and no.
Okay. So my three. One of them, I guarantee you're going to have you draw on the floor as well. So I'll go my first one. I think they should have done it last year. I think LA Knight should win personally. Does he need
Yeah.
it? No, but I think this will be a catalyst for a heel turn as well. Like he just. The question is, would people still cheer him and that? But I think LA Knight as a heel would be a lot better, and that I think he would be my number one prime candidate as well. And they might say, well, he doesn't need it, but you can only have this reaction for so long without cashing in on it. And I think him as a champion, like imagine him cashing in on if Cody wins or or Seth Rollins or something like that. So my second one is a bit left field, but I think it would suit his character, Dominic Mysterio. Um,
Yeah, that's actually not a bad option on
yeah,
that one. I don't know why I didn't think about him.
I think the Judgment Day will start to break up pretty soon, and we might see Dom starting his own faction. Just me personally, but I think it would suit the Dominic Mysterio character as well. Like, just him, sneakily cashing in on someone, and that. I do see Dom winning winning a title, like a major title as well. I know he's been the North American champion for a bit, but I think give him a couple of years, I think he'll be one of the main champions and on the roster.
And
Yeah,
and outside of Roman Reigns, he's been dubbed the top heel right now.
yeah. Like the boos he get is just it's mind boggling, and that even over in when they did the Elimination Chamber here in Australia. The crowd had him so much they started calling him a wanker. So and wanker is like it's an Australian term as well. It's derogatory, and that's so. And for my third option, you just gave it away as well. You said his name. I think Roman Reigns as Money in the Bank winner would be amazing.
You're right. My jaw did drop.
Hmm.
Um,
Think about this. He's away for so long. If this is if he loses the title tomorrow, which we
you,
think it would be like
are
similar.
you thinking of Brock Lesnar incident?
Yes, exactly. Like he could lose and then just go away, and like we think he's gone and that, and then they announce that Money in the Bank, like, oh, there's another due to someone signing the contract, and we have Heyman come out, and then Roman comes out, Superman punches everyone, wins the Money in the Bank, and then just goes away, and we don't know when he'll be back. I know a lot of people would hate that as well, and I probably wouldn't even have him winning the title, and that like that's just me. Like the cash in would be a fail, but I think story wise it would be really good. Like you can tell a really good story, and that with Roman winning Money in the Bank. We'll have to visit this when the Money in the Bank when they announce the matches as well. So, but anyway,
I have
yeah,
a fourth. It was like more of when I say far left field, I mean like so far left field you can't even see the person. For the women's side, it's possible this could happen.
yeah,
Because she's been making some strides in the division.
yeah.
And Maxine Dupree. Imagine her, like, in all fairness, she's been doing not too horrible, but she is good in the sense of her character.
Would this be kind of like how you compared mine to Lesnar? Would this be like when Nikki Cross won the thing when they were all up the top and she was down below in the briefcase? I could see that. I don't know how people would feel about it, but I could see
It was
that.
like a quote unquote accidental
Yeah,
win.
an accidental win. Yeah, I can actually really see that as well. So yeah. But we'll review.
Like how I think, or was it like how Ziggler who won a title? In the ladder match, that it just dropped and it fell in his hands. I can't remember if it was him.
I don't think it was.
You know which match I'm talking about.
It did. I do remember a title falling into someone. I just can't think of who. So I'll have to go back and look at that. But anyway, yeah, that's the two-day podcast. I've really enjoyed this. So how are you going to spend WrestleMania? Do you have a tradition when you're watching wrestling events? Like, do you get a type of food and that? I'm just curious on how you're going to spend the 2 nights.
Not necessarily. I'll be here.
I'm really.
I got my dog dish right here, and I'm all good.
Yeah, because the pizza shop that is here is not open on a Sunday. Like I know people say pizza shop not open on a Sunday. It's a weird thing, but like I understand. And that I order a pizza night before because I actually enjoy cold pizza more and that. So I order a large and just chew on that over the next couple of days, and watch a really good WrestleMania. It's one of the most stacked matches I've ever seen on a WrestleMania card ever. And that's so I'm really looking forward to it.
And even though we were almost the same on a lot of our predictions, the matches can swing either way.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And I mean all of them, every single one.
Yeah, it's like I said, like you could make an even a case for all 13 matches could go either way, and that's what you want. Like, we predicted. I think we're what zero, like we're 8 from 8 from the 8 matches in the pay-per-views this year. Like we haven't got a wrong one yet, so I'll have to double check that. We might got one wrong, but yeah, it's from the Royal Rumble and the Elimination Chamber, and that's so. But anyway, that's the end of the podcast. I know Backlash is in May, so you'll see us then. So if you guys are watching WrestleMania, I hope you enjoy it. And as I said, I hope Cody wins, but I think Roman is winning. I know there'll be one person that'll be throwing whatever he wants at the screen right now and probably cursing me out and that, but that's how I see it, and that's so yeah. Anyway, I'm Sugar Ray.
I'm Legion.
We will see you next. Oh, you know what we forgot? My God.
What?
You know
who what?
This was your prediction as well, going back. We forgot.
Oh.
That. Yeah, God. I'm surprised you didn't remind me.
No, I forgot to.
This was Legion's prediction. I don't know if you want to read it out to the guys as well. This was Legion's prediction in February for the.
My prediction may have changed since this, but
Yeah.
I'm gonna kind of stick to this a little bit.
Yeah.
But it's like I said, I see what you see on the screen is what I see happening. Is like we're at Mania. There'll be like let's say for example it's a normal match. Like let's say Cody and Seth win night one.
Yep.
Let's use that as an example. What's gonna happen here?
Yep.
It's gonna be typical ref buff during the whole Roman match, like you see every match. Solo will come out to help Roman and attack Cody, and shortly after, The Rock will come out to assist. Solo, because they'll beat down so hard, Solo will pick him up for the Samoan spike.
Yep.
And Roman will be like freaking taunting him to hit him, and then Solo will let go of Cody and hit Roman instead.
If you get this right as well, I'll give you 5 points as well. So.
Ooh, I really hope I'm right. And then it'll show Roman pretty much not fall but stumble, turn around, grab him, rock bottom. And I'm not gonna go into how Cody would win, but that will lead him into winning the match.
Yeah. So there was Legion's prediction as well. So anyway, that's it for us. Like I said, I'll be streaming both days of WrestleMania. So if you guys want to jump in here and that, so you're more than welcome to. And that. So, but anyway, let's try the ending again. I'm Sugar Ray.
I am Legion.
We will see you next time on the podcast. Bye bye. Give them a wave as well.
You love the wave.
I do love the wave. Look at that. Tell me you don't love that. We all know the reason why people come here is for you waving and that. So, anyway, that's it for us. Bye bye.
Bye.